What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is John and this is John Paul Investing. So today I wanted to do a refresher on Nano Dimension. This will be a useful video for anyone who has already been invested in Nano Dimension for some time now, or has a basic understanding of their product and services. And this video will also be a good use case for people who are new to Nano Dimension and want to learn a little bit more about them. And also on top of this, I was going to bring up some price targets and where I think Nano Dimension will go in the short to medium term. So just as a refresher, what Nano Dimension does is they are a additive manufacturing of electronics company. They have their own proprietary dielectric and nanoconductive inks, and this combination of inks allows them to create fully functional 3D printed circuit boards right out of the box. They are looking to revolutionize the traditional printed circuit board market. So essentially with their machines, they're pretty much taking an entire factory or warehouse, which is usually what it would take to make printed circuit boards traditionally, and they're shrinking that down into a machine that's about the size of a refrigerator, maybe 2 refrigerators. But now with their machines, you're able to produce brand new prototypes in the matter of hours, as opposed to shipping your intellectual property halfway around the globe. There's just a handful of logistic nightmares with the old process. So Nano Dimension is looking to revolutionize this process into one single place where you can protect your intellectual property and do it in a cost-efficient way. And just to put some emphasis on, the breakthrough of this technology is the fact that you are now able to integrate, electric components, antennas, and capacitors, and, fancy electronic components. So you can do all of these processes in one step, essentially. All you would need is a simple digital file or write-up of the prototype that you're trying to make, and you just send it to the Dragonfly printer, which is the name of the printer they have, and after some time you will have a fully functional printed circuit board on the other side. Essentially going from a completely digital file to a 100% real product. This has never been done before. So besides the business, I wanted to bring up a post that I posted yesterday on YouTube telling you guys that Nano Dimension was at a crucial level of support, because at around $8, we were pretty much getting down to the levels where we saw the initial run up to around $10. From around $10, almost $11 down to $8 is essentially, almost a 25-30% discount on the stock. So I thought this was a really crucial level, because the last time price was around $8, it moved pretty significantly. So I thought, as a previous support level, that this would be a really ideal position to average in a portion into your position. And whoever did listen on this stock did make some good money today, because now we're trading at almost $9.50 a share today, or around 20% higher than we were the day before. This is something that I put out there for you to see, so if this is something that you're really interested in getting notified, I highly recommend you guys subscribe to the channel right now. So right now we're looking at the 4-hour chart on Nano Dimension, and from the $7.88 or $8 range, we had a swing up to around $9.50, or a high of $9.53 to be exact. And we have not quite broken above the previous highs, but if you're familiar with technical charts and patterns, we are forming a bullish pendant. So essentially we made a run higher, and we have not made any lower lows or any higher highs. And we are essentially trading in this box right here between $7.60 at this low and then around $10.50 at this high. So we are still in this range. So a simpler way to look at this is essentially a continuation pattern on the upside. So I myself am still bullish on Nano Dimension stock. The way price is going right now, just looking at price action, we can tell that Nano Dimension stock is still remaining bullish. What we're looking for is ideal prices to average in positions to slowly build a larger position over a longer period of time. So if we're zooming in on a 1-hour chart, we are looking at the same exact chart that we were before. It is simply expanded. Now, instead of each candlestick representing 4 hours, each candlestick represents 1 hour in time. And the way it goes is usually you want to start from the higher time frames and work your way down into smaller time frames to gauge a better point of entry. It doesn't mean you're going to be day trading because you looked into a smaller time frame. It's essentially just honing in where exactly you feel comfortable jumping into a position. So over the last few trading days, we have seen a pretty significant pullback from around $10 down around 20% to around $8, with an actual low of around $7.89. And to me, this just looked absolutely optimal for entry, just because this is the bottom of this entire range that we have been trading in since pretty much last year on December 23rd. So I really could not, pass this up. I was not in the position to make a video at the time, but I did create the post so you guys could at least see what I saw. And if you wanted to make a position, well, then you had your chance and you could have made some money today. So right now, the first thing we're going to have to do in order to, make it above 1050 is to see some conviction above $10, meaning we have to break above $10 and stay there, and then another significant break above the previous all-time high of $10.48. These are going to be key levels that we want to see, because in the future, whenever we get to these price points, you will see some pretty significant buying or selling. I'm really expecting some sharp movements around these price points, because if we look in the past, we have seen sharp movements around these price points, meaning that once we hit these prices, price doesn't really like to linger around for too long. It approaches it and then it pulls away significantly. And this can happen in both directions. It can either be short or it can be long. I don't recommend shorting Nano Dimension stock at all. Don't capitalize on betting against Nano Dimension. Simply try and buy back in to your position cheaper as the price recedes or pulls back while it's on its trajectory and ultimate goal of continuing to rise. Does that make sense? Was that too wordy? I don't know. I feel like sometimes I'm like a little bit too articulate or whatever, but I feel like this is how I can really get the message across. But, if you like it, cool. If you don't, well, whatever. Now, once we break above $10.50 and close, I would not be surprised to see a rally up to around $12.50. And once we get to around $12.50, I would expect a pretty significant pullback down to around $10 yet again. And I would not be surprised if Nano Dimension at around $12.50 decides to do another offering of some kind at around $10 per share. That is my prediction at this point. Once we break beyond $10, we might see another offering at around $10 per share. If I'm going to speculate about Nano Dimension's ultimate cash position, I think they're trying to get to around $1 billion in cash. Now, I could be wrong, but this is just what I see making sense for them. But you also have to remember that Nano Dimension did bring up the fact that they will have a strong cash position even after the acquisition to weather, whatever happens, at least for the next 5 to 10 years. I think in investing, you really want to become an expert at only a few things instead of trying to be a jack of all trades. It's a lot easier to track a few companies as opposed to tracking a basket of companies, just because a lot of things can happen within these different companies. And because there's so much going on, you might potentially miss some really important details. So the reason I like to talk about Nano Dimension so much is because this is a company I really understand. And it's my duty here on YouTube, not only as an entertainer or to inform you guys, but to, give you really solid advice to building your own solid investment thesis and investing habits. I know that doesn't really pertain to what we've been talking about the past like 5 or 6 minutes, but this is just something that, I'm trying to ingrain into your minds, because it is not wise to seek short-term gains, guys. It is simply not wise. So as far as what Nano Dimension is doing right now, I could see it trading sideways for a little bit longer. We might even see it trade sideways through the entire month of January, or maybe up until their earnings call. Maybe something really enticing comes out in the earnings call. If you guys want to leave some questions for the earnings call in the comments, I highly advise you guys do that, because I will be attempting to, call in during the earnings call and get a position or a chance to, ask them questions. I have a couple of my own questions, but I know there's a lot of you who might have really good questions as well. So go ahead and interact in the comments and leave some potential questions that you think might be really important to ask Nano Dimension. But anyways, guys, that is it for this video. I just wanted to give you a brief update on Nano Dimension stock. Nothing really has changed in the company. The CEO, Yoav Stern, did have an interview with TD Ameritrade, but he didn't really share anything that we didn't already know, so I won't be covering that interview. But just to close this off, if you guys are new into investing or you would like to learn how to become a better investor, I highly recommend you guys subscribe to the channel, because that is exactly what we talk about here. So if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, and while you're down there, go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the bell notification to get notified when I make videos just like this one. That's it, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.